Hey, what is up, you guys? My name is Grand Danger, and today's video we're going to be talking about the heart. Now, what is a heart? Well, if you guys know, we all know the heart is a organ, but it's also a muscle that actually takes the blood from in and out. It controls the blood in our body and gives the body full nutrients. So yeah, but we're actually going to be talking about how it works, how it functions, and how it takes blood flow. So yeah, if you guys enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, because this is going to be a long video. So stay tuned, and yeah. So what does the heart look like and how it does work? We all know it's an organ. So the heart is an amazing organ, and it starts beating about 22 days after conceptions. Meanly, it continuously pumps oxygenated red blood cells, nutrient-rich blood, and other components like platelets through your body to sustain the life of your organs. It pumps power, also pushes blood through the organs like the lungs to remove waste products like carbon dioxide, which is aka CO2. This is the first sized powerhouse beats, expands and contracts about 100,000 times per day. That is a very fun fact. Pumping 5 to 6 weeks quarters of blood each minute, about 2,000 gallons per day. In general, if the heart stops beating in about 4 to 6 minutes of no blood flow, brain cells begin to die after 10 minutes with no blood flow. So you have to so basically after 10 minutes your brain stops receiving oxygen to the blood and it dies just before the heart dies too. So the brain cells will cease to function and effectively be dead, which aka brain dead. There are a few exceptions to above. How does the heart work? The heart works by a regularly series of events that causes this muscular organ to contract, squeezing the blood to push the blood, and then relaxes with the refill with the blood in your body. The normal heart has 4 chambers that undergo to squeeze and relax the cycle at specific time intervals that are regulated by normal sequence of electrical signals that arise from specialized tissue. In addition, the normal sequence of electrical signals can be speed up or slow down depending on the needs of individual. For example, the heart will automatically speed up the signals to respond to a person running, or automatically slow down when a person takes a nap or take a break. This it's very important to know what your heart rate is. So it's very familiar. So here's the heart diagram, the parts of it. We got the superior vena cava from the upper body of the left side of the chain, and then we have the pulmonary artery that goes right to the right of the lung, and then we got the pulmonary veins, which is from the right of the lung, and then we got the right atrium. And then we have the tricuspid, which is the valve. And then there's the valve ventricle, on the right hand side of the heart, and then there's another one on the left hand side. And then the aorta, or aorta, which is the lower body of the heart, and there's the inferior vena from the lower body of the heart, and then everything else is on the right, on the left. The pulmonary artery and the veins are on the left hand side of the heart as well. So yeah, those are very important work. They have to work together at the same time. One takes in and the other one goes out to the body. Once the heart receives the oxygen, it immediately takes the blood, pumps the blood in, and takes the blood right out to have body can, so that way the body can receive blood flow for like oxygens, like the brain for example. It's important to know it. The heart already, the human heart is roughly cone shaped, 4-chambered, hollow, and muscular organ that represents a closed fist with 2/3 of its massive dividing to the left of the midline. The heart weighs a little bit more than your fist. It's about exactly 200 to 425 grams. That right there is insane. It continuously transports your oxygen and rich blood through the body, support the proper function for the organs like the brain, for the brain and everything else, and the tissues. The heart pumps around 5 or 6 quarters of blood each minute, approximately in total of 2,000 gallons of blood that the heart pumps every day. That is insane. That is mind-blowing. I kind of feel like I'm the doctor around here. I feel like I'm a cardiologist just reading this. But anyways, let's continue reading. Where is your heart located? The heart is basically located between the lungs and above the diaphragm is slightly to the left of your breastbone, which is a sternum, in the middle of your chest. So it's like right over here, by right here. I think this is your heart right here. In the middle of your chest, between the right and left lungs. Due to the heart's position, the left lung is slightly smaller compared to the right lung. Your rib cage protects the heart. So that way, if somebody accidentally hits your heart, if the heart was not protected, and this is what the rib cage is for. Without the rib cage, your heart will actually get squashed automatically, which means that somebody like you play in sports, for example, like football or basketball, and somebody tackles you and squeeze, and then just without the rib cage, your heart will be squashed, and then all that blood, all that stuff will go everywhere, and yeah, it'll be devastated. So that's why the rib cage is for. It's protecting your heart. Now, if the rib cage is broken, then that's not good. You may want to see a doctor. But anyways, what is the function of the heart? The main function of the heart is to transport blood through the body. Body receives oxygen and nutrients to the cells while removing carbon dioxide and other waste products from the organs for elimination. Blood moves through the heart in a continuous cycle, and deoxygenated blood entering and oxygenated blood being pumped out. Other key functions of the heart include maintaining blood pressure, which is very important for people that have high blood pressure or low blood pressure, and controlling the rhythm and speed of your heart rate. These are very important functions. So, for example, if somebody has like a heart problems and stuff like that, it can take some serious issues with the blood itself. But also it's the oxygen. But if your heart, if you have a high blood pressure, it's important to, like if you do these, double, like triple, like physical activities that put your blood through so many times, and basically your heart is just like pounding for you to stop, then yeah, it's important to maintain your blood pressure as minimum as possible, like from the, above average and like between. So keep it in the middle of it, not too high, not too low, just about that, right? Okay, but how does the heart function correctly? It pumps through blood in a system, blood vessels called the circulatory system. By the way, it's the blood that travels all over your body, inside your body, for like the brain, your muscles, everything. Blood vessels are of the three types: the arteries, capillaries, and veins. And these are the most important blood vessels to carry blood to and from the heart. The heart continuously pumps blood, which flows through the body for the blood vessels. The arteries carry oxygenated blood to the organs, and veins return deoxygenated blood to the heart. That right there is very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, arteries carry the blood to the organs, like the brain and the lungs and the liver and your digestive system and all that, while the veins basically return to the old blood back to the heart when it's been pumped out again. How many chambers does the heart have? It has 4-chambered hollow organ. It separates into the right and left sides by a muscular wall called the septum. The right and left sides are further divided into 2 upper chambers called aorta or atriums. 2 lower chambers called ventricles. The 4 chambers are the right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle, and left ventricle. Basically, it's valves. Right and left are valves, basically. So I could put it that way. But anyways, the atriums receive blood for the veins, and they pump blood into the arteries, and the aorta and the valves work, continuously by contracting and relaxing the irregular to the pump blood out of the heart. Between each atrium and ventricle, the valves present to promote the uninterrupted flow of the blood. The heart is located underneath the rib cage. 2/3 of it is to the left of your breastbone, between your lungs and above the diaphragm. The heart is about close to a fist, like it weighs about 10.5 ounces, somewhere cone shaped, and it's divided left and right. The muscular, which is called the septum, and the right and left sides of your heart are of the 2 top chambers are called the aorta, also termed the right and left atrium. The coronary arteries are in the heart surface, left main and right coronary. The coronary arteries and veins comprises the heart's own mini circulatory system. 2 major coronary arteries branch off from the aorta near the point where the aorta and the left ventricle meet. In the right coronary artery supplies this to the right atrium and the right ventricle with blood, and the left main coronary artery branches into the circumflex artery in the left anterior to centering artery. But normal heart anatomy and physiology needed the aorta and ventricles to work squintily, contracting and relaxing to pump blood out the heart and then let the chambers refill. With blood leaves each chamber of the heart, it passes through the valve that is designed to prevent the backflow of the blood. There are 4 valves within the heart. Mitral valve between the left atrium and the left ventricle. The tricuspid valve between the right atrium and the right ventricle. The aortic valve between the left ventricle and aorta. And pulmonic valve, also called pulmonary valve, between the right ventricle and pulmonary artery. And how the heart valves work. The heart valves work at the same way as the other way, by simply plumbing of your home. They prevent blood from flowing in the wrong direction. So for example, if your blood's going to a wrong path, then that's a big problem. So yeah, it's going to be like a massive circulatory failure. Each valve has set up flats called leaflets or cups. The mitral valve has 2 of those. Others have 3. The valves of I ain't gonna read all this, but I'm gonna tell you the main thing that you need to know is that it works when the blood pumps in and then goes right out. But yeah, I ain't gonna read all this because it's gonna be boring a little bit. But how does the blood flow through the right and left sides of the heart works? It's simple. Both sides of the heart work together. The pattern described below and repeated over and over again. Heart rhythm, causing blood to continue flowing to the heart, such as, heart, lungs, and body to supply the oxygen nutrients to the body cells, and deliver the waste products to the organs that are removed from your body. In general, veins return blood carrying carbon dioxide, while arteries usually contain oxygen-enriched red blood cells. However, the blood flow through the heart is a little different. For example, the right side of your heart, blood enters the heart through 2 large veins, and as the atrium contracts, blood flows from your right atrium into the right valve through the opening. And then when the ventricle is fully tricuspid valve shuts, this prevents blood from flowing backward into the aorta while the ventricle contracts. And as the ventricle contracts, the blood leaves the heart through the pulmonary valve into the pulmonary artery, and the lungs were oxygenated. Note that the oxygen poor or carbon dioxide contained blood goes through a pulmonary artery. The lungs were carried carbon dioxide for exchange of oxygen. Keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Keep that in mind. Same thing goes to the left heart, except it's different. Operating the same time as the right side of your heart, the pulmonary vein empties the rich blood from the lungs and the atrium contracts the blood flow from your left artery, and then when it's full, the valve shuts down, and then leaves into, and here's the different part. As the ventricle contracts, oxygen-enriched blood leaves the heart through the obligate valve into aorta and arteries, eventually into the veins to complete the blood circulation in your body. There's two different things about it. One goes in and goes into the lungs with oxygen and gets everything, your organ stuff receives oxygen. But the left-hand side goes back in. Once the organs receive carbon dioxide, that carbon dioxide goes into your veins and goes back into the blood where it refills. It goes back into your blood to complete the entire circulatory. But how does the blood flow through the heart to the lungs? Once it travels, the blood through the valve, pulmonary valve, enters your lungs. This is called the pulmonary circulation. From your pulmonary valve, blood travels to a pulmonary artery to a tiny capillary vessels in the lungs. Here, oxygen travels from the tiny air sacs of the lungs through the walls of the capillaries into the blood. At the same time, carbon dioxide, a waste product of metabolism, passes from the blood into the air sacs. Carbon dioxide leaves the body when you exhale, like when you breathe in, you receive oxygen, and when you breathe out, that's when the carbon dioxide leaves the body from your mouth and your nose. But once the blood is purified and oxygenated, it travels back into the left atrium through the pulmonary veins, and the right goes right back out. What are 7 steps of blood flow through the heart? Blood flows the heart cycles that utilizes the hearts. There are 4 chambers and 4 valves. These are the 7 steps of the blood flow through the heart, including oxygen pour. Blood enters the right atrium. The right atrium pumps out the right of the ventricle. The right ventricle pumps the blood into the lungs. The pulmonary artery carries poor oxygen blood from the heart to the lungs. The pulmonary veins transport the rich blood oxygen from the lungs to the heart's left atrium. The blood is pumped to the left ventricle from the left atrium. And the last step, number 7, the left ventricle pumps blood to the entire body through the blood vessels. These are the important 7 steps that you have to know what your heart does. 4 chambers and 4 valves. That is the most important thing that you have to keep that in mind. How does the heart function step by step? The right atrium receives poor oxygen through the 2 large veins called the superior and inferior. The oxygen passes through the tricuspid valve into the right ventricle, which chooses once the blood is emptied into the heart and prevents any backflow. The right ventricle fills with oxygen poor blood and contracts, pushing the blood through the pulmonary valve into the pulmonary artery. After blood enters the pulmonary artery, the pulmonary valve closes to prevent a backflow. The pulmonary artery empties the blood into both lungs. In the lungs, that blood emits carbon dioxide and takes up the oxygen. Oxygen-rich blood or red blood cells leaves the lungs as it's carried to the left atrium through the pulmonary veins. This blood flows through the mitral valve into the left ventricle. moving in one direction. The left ventricle contracts, generating enough pressure to send blood through the aortic valve into the aorta. The aorta delivers the blood through the body with the help of the arteries, arterioles, and capillaries. At the capillaries, the blood releases oxygen and picks up carbon dioxide. So that's major. That is a major step for the heart that you guys really need to know. But how can you prevent heart attacks and serious strokes? Well, according to the American Heart Association, aka the AHA, no matter what age you are, your heart can benefit from a healthy diet and physical activity, but there are numerous suggestions about your heart can decrease your heart rate and heart disease, such as lower your cholesterol, lower your triglycerides, where it's called, treat and manage high blood pressure and diabetes, manage your weight, make sure you're healthy heart, make sure you're on healthy heart, and make sure you're on diet, exercise, reduce stress, quit smoking cigarettes, and be careful if there's a family history of heart disease at a young age. So yeah, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's like 10. That's 10 things that you need to know to prevent that from happening. That's 10 steps to prevent it. So, a frequently questions, how does the heart system work? The heart pumps blood through the body, delivering oxygen and nutrients to the blood vessels. How do you explain the heart? The heart is a muscular cone-shaped organ with 4 chambers. It's roughly the size of a person's closed fist, and functions the body's pumped circulated blood through the circulatory system. What are the 7 main functions of the heart? The 7 main functions of the heart include pumping blood through the body, delivering oxygen to the tissues, removing waste from the tissues, controlling the heart rate, maintaining blood pressure, supporting other organs, and pumping hormones and other vital substance to different body parts of the body. And lastly, how does the heart work automatically? The heart works with the help of an electrical conduction system which controls the rate and the rhythm of the heartbeat. Electrical impulses from the central known as SA node triggered each heartbeat, ensuring the heart pumps continuously and triggers it, and how response with it, and can basically it just watches your heartbeat and moderates it. So yeah, that is everything about the heart that we just discovered. So I am going to end this video here. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. It's totally free. We are trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. So what are you guys waiting for? Get subscribed down below. It's totally free. And let me know your comment section below. What do you think about the heart? And your ideas may make to another content video. If you guys have any ideas about the next episode, your ideas will be considerably, I will take them ideas and make into a video. So yeah, if you guys have any ideas after this one, make sure you comment down below. It's totally free. And yeah, my name is Great Danger. Stay absolutely awesome. This was so much fun to talk about the heart, how the heart actually works, pumps the bloods out, and just, it's very, 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 very fun fact about it. So I enjoy doing cardiologist, And I know some cardiologists are watching this video. And yeah, I would say thank you for this information. I'm looking forward, to look up more about the hearts and stuff like that. But anyways, my name is Green Danger. Stay absolutely awesome. I'll see you guys next time. And oh my goodness, this was a very, 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 very long video. But yeah, my name is Green Danger. Stay absolutely awesome. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day. Love you guys. Mwah. See you guys next time.